This is a Culture Inject production. Part of us at En Vogue Fancast presents In Conversation With.
You worked on the Funky Divas tour, but what would be your favorite Evie era or album? Is it still Funky Divas, or is there another era that...
I liked the Evie 3 album. I mean, because we really went... That video was just before its time.
I say the same thing. I know that some people have their qualms about it because it was a different aesthetic that En Vogue didn't always present. But I think that video was before its time. And if it came out today, it would still look relevant and culturally. Like, it's a great video.
It's just like Free Your Mind. It's incredible, too. En Vogue should be the biggest group in the world.
I agree.
They knew what they were doing.
Yes.
They all could sing.
There's a blueprint.
Yeah, and I just, that's the same thing I've been trying to do with June's Diary, but, that's why I patterned June's Diary off of En Vogue, just no doubt about it, and we're still in there trying to make it happen. We're still trying to make it happen. But, I'm just one guy trying to make 5 girls kill it, but they're going to be at the gala.
Oh, that's great. Cool. That's going to be good because I'm a huge June's Diary fan as well. I watched Chasing Destiny, sad that we didn't get a season 2, but, we would
have put together a guy group in season 2. But, it's interesting, once again, sharing the light sparkle brighter. Remember when En Vogue let June's Diary, fresh off the show, do that ABC special where the girls sang Free Your Mind with En Vogue? Mm-hmm. Like, that's sharing the light.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. You cannot be selfish in this business as an act. You have to share your light with others. Like, I'm going to go on record. I hope I don't get in trouble. Normani, Chloe, Justine Skye, maybe Tanasha, they need to make a super group. They're all very talented.
Yeah.
But just because they do R&B, they should come together. Yeah. And then they still can go do all their private projects and stuff, but they would kill it. Oh, my God.
100%. We actually have an episode where we talked about that, about like some solo acts who probably could come together, because you can make such an impact when you show that unity, that female empowerment.
Yeah, but they just all gifted, and that talent would just be more powerful. Nobody would see it coming.
Yeah.
Especially, and then people would say, what about the egos? Forget no egos. See, that's what's so weird. That's why, we as Black folks, we got to understand how to work together. Share the light, sparkle brighter. I got to say that again. Like artists who give their dancers credits in there, like Michael Jackson did that. You knew who his dancers were. Janet Jackson did that. You knew who the dancers were. Like, that stuff matters.
Yeah.
And I think those girls are incredible single. Like, I love Normani. Justine Skye is probably one of the most beautiful girls I've ever met in my life. I hate to say it like that, but she just so, I just love a dark sister. I think that's why I'm saying that. So for so many years, dark sisters got it wrong. People got it wrong about our dark sisters. They're beautiful, And so when I saw her, I was like, wow, that girl's striking. Look at that beautiful chocolate skin. So you got Normani, you got Chloe, you got, Tinashe is somebody else. I had the 5th person because I gotta have 5.
Gotta have 5.
Right? Why are you on 5? Do your research. The biggest groups in the world had 5.
Yeah,
that's it.
Spice Girls,
Girls, Temptation, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. Jackson 5. Okay, yeah. I guess BTS has 7, but there's 5.
Right.
And the reason I believe in that. You already got a production. As soon as they get on stage, they're a production. You ain't got to hire no dancers. You don't even really need a band. So that's a production number already with 5. Who else? Pussycat Dolls. They didn't get as far as they needed to do, but they were incredible.
Yeah, they went from 6 to 5. But it's its own production with that many people on stage.
Yes.
Kind of like Broadway.
And then people say, well, they're not going to make no money. They say that with June's Diary all the time. No, look at it this way. Each girl is going to get 5 people. That's $5. Okay. So you just got to get the groups to a place where they can make that money. And because someone's going to like, Cindy, someone's going to like Terry, someone's going to like Dawn, someone's going to like Rona, someone's going to like Maxine, that's why I want the girls to come back together. Yes, I want them to come together as 5. And all you people talking about, we want the original 4. Rona is an original.
Yes, she is.
God bless everybody who's in that group. And I love all 5 of those girls. And when I did that thing with Sylvia Rome, I was high as a kite. Not high. I would not smoking high, just high off life. Yeah. I would skip to rehearsal. I'm getting ready to work on all the En Vogue girls. Oh my God. It was the most incredible moment of my life. That may be the most incredible moment. That time we put the thing together for Sylvia Rome.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
She could have been in that studio.
When I saw that picture online, I knew it was fake. I just knew it was fake. And I was like, what? All 5 on stage? Cause I was like, this can't be real. I was like, this can't be. And I was
you
like,
thought it was fake?
Yeah, I thought it was like, maybe like, I was like, is this Photoshop? It's like, is this? And then I was like, whoa, all 5? And yeah, that definitely was an iconic moment.
I got plenty footage of that. Those rehearsals.
So since we're talking about, the uniqueness that each member brings to the group, what would you say, what is the unique thing that each lady brought to the table that kind of made that entire equation work? Like their strengths, uniqueness, etc.
Okay, I can answer that because, okay, and I got to say this too before I move on. People get mad at this, and I don't care. I want to tell the truth. Beyoncé is created by all 4 girls of En Vogue. I took a little bit of each En Vogue member to help Beyoncé with her direction of who she was as Beyoncé. Mm-hmm. So she takes the soul and spiciness of Dawn Robinson. Okay. And she takes the class and sophistication and ladylikeness of Terry Ellis. Okay. She takes the girl who knows how to speak well and a great interview and sing and be a great performer and wants to learn all forms of dance and all forms of styles. She's the more pop side of someone like a Cindy, To me, if I would go on record, people thought Cindy was the Beyoncé of the group. Then they thought Dawn was this breakout person in the group. Then they thought Max was, and then they thought Dawn was, and they may even think Rona is today because Rona is a new era. Okay. But I guess I'm going back to the original 4. I can describe them all well. And then Maxine was the soul in the wisdom and the just chill. Just want to do it and make it be honest and be true. So I hope that I just explained all 4. I did. Yeah. You did. And Rona, to me, she's like a person that understands commitment. She's a professional who is a true professional who can sing her butt off. And she's not like your typical black girl. And that's why she's last so long. Now, I don't mean black girls are bad, but I'm talking about when black girls get in a group, they have these things that happen where they maybe don't like that one because they get doing a song. It's just stupid stuff that should happen. So Rona to me is just a team player, and I commend her for just sticking in there so long. And nobody can take away her resume or her she's been there longer than some of the real En Vogue girls. I hate to say it like that.
She is. Yes.
So I hope I explained that well.
No, that was a great explanation, and I get it wholeheartedly. Especially Rona, coming in and being like a fill-in, and then them reuniting, and then coming back. Just the way she approaches it, the classiness of it, like it speaks to her character. It speaks to her character, which is something that is very rare in a group setting for the industry. So I agree.
So you said it better than me just now. Okay, thank you. And clean me up, please, because that's exactly what I meant. All right, what you said. Okay.
So now, all the behind the scenes shenanigans and stuff that happens, in the politics of the industry. Now, En Vogue performed on Saturday Night Live.
Right.
But they were supposed to perform whatever, but it never aired. Do you know why that happened? Like why it never aired?
Oh yeah, you know what's so weird about that performance? We taped it during the, how you have the blocking for Saturday Night Live. It was incredible. And me and Lorianne are in the number.
Oh wow.
She's playing a mad nurse and I'm playing a mad doctor. And we do it. We open it. Me and her together. It's legendary. You know, that footage is somewhere. I don't know where it is. But me and Lorianne, I have on a doctor's outfit, and she has on a nurse's outfit, and we open the number before the girls come out, and the girls are on that big metal couch, and it was great. It just wasn't a hit yet, and that's when Saturday Night Live didn't want it on there. You know. That's what it was about. It was nothing more than that, but we were ready to do it. You know, and it would have been incredible. And just to know that someone as legendary as Lorianne and little stupid me, we did a little pas de deux moment before the number starts. And we revealed the girls. I always remember that. I didn't want to do it, but it made sense.
Yeah.
You know? So it was incredible. But really, it's simple. It's like, okay, we don't know this song. This is not the typical En Vogue stuff. Okay, what's the other song they did? Don't Let Go Love, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they did Don't Let Go. Mm-hmm.
And that was a bigger song just because of all the promotion and the movie stuff. But we were going to do whatever. And then whatever performance was it was going to be a lot like the one that you saw on the MTV Movie Awards. Remember that performance? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Whatever felt a lot like that performance.
Okay. Were you and Lorianne opening up that performance as well, or was it just...
We took ourselves out. Terry does it by herself. That's the best. I think Terry starts it by herself.
Yeah.
Cindy was sitting on the couch and Max was behind the couch posed. Yeah. But I think Dawn had left by then. Yeah. But so Dawn wasn't part of the Saturday Night Live, was she?
No, unfortunately.
I get it mixed up. Yeah, she wasn't. That's right.
It was a quick turnaround. It was because, you know,
right.
Don't Let Go came out.
Dawn had done that album already.
Mm-hmm.
They parted ways and they had to kind of remix the album without her on it. Yeah, I remember.
So now, is it true that En Vogue was planning a mini movie for Masterpiece Theater's Love Suite?
I've never heard of that in my life.
No? Okay. Then we can squash that rumor.
I don't know. They might have. They didn't tell me everything.
Okay.
I wasn't part of everything.
Because Masterpiece Theater I love that album. I do love that album.
That's right. That's the one where it had the hearts and the diamonds on it, right? The artwork. Yeah.
They had on the satin long gowns.
But what was so great about that artwork, what I love, they all represented either a diamond or a heart or a spade.
Yes. Yeah.
Remember that? Mm-hmm. That was incredible stuff.
Yeah.
And that had Riddle on it. Was Riddle on that album?
Riddle was on. Yeah, Riddle was a single on that album.
Yeah. And yeah, so yeah.
You choreographed that.
I just get it all jumbled up. Okay, that's just like 45 years in this game, you know.
I mean, you say book busy and blessed, so I mean, I understand how sometimes they can get, you know, sometimes mixed up. So I understand. Now, is there something about something that you wish the public knew about En Vogue that probably has not been shared or maybe gets misconstrued?
Yes, I think the industry makes too many rumors, okay, about En Vogue, what happened, who did what. And I just want people to know that Cindy and Terry are probably the best business women I've ever met in my life to have not let that group just go away. Mm-hmm. I have to give them credit for that. 100%. You know, and they would welcome Dawn and Max back with open arms if the business is correct, you know, and that's really the misconception that hurts my heart, you know, to know that all those women are great. I wish they would come together. They have another album in them as a unit. And it's just sad that we can't, like, I ain't got to like you. I ain't got to love you, but let's make this money.
Yeah.
Okay. And, you know, and once we get off a stage, thank you, respect each other and go your separate ways. But one thing about show business that I've learned, we can't do this without the fans. Mm-hmm. And we'll eat this up, you know, and that's why we do it. We don't do it because we fell out with somebody. We don't do it because the business was wrong. We do it because we love it. Like, that's why my old ass is still doing it, because I love it.
Yeah.
And that, you know, and hopefully we'll talk about it. That's why I'm home in Milwaukee giving back. You know, like, I've given the En Vogues, the Brandys, the Beyoncés, all these artists, Ushers, Tyrese, Maxwell's, Mariah Carey, Toni Braxton. The list goes on. I've done so much for them. But why is this so fulfilling to help the young people. You understand? Because if you know Frank, I'm going to give everything to make sure you are the best that you can be. What made me like that? I don't know. Because a lot of us in this business, everybody's too busy trying to be a star. It's like even the executives at the record company, where's our good looking black male group? That is a basic. You see BTS over there, Killian over there. Our brothers are tough. Our brothers can sing. Like that's like a no-brainer. No disrespect to girl groups, but there's no way a girl group is supposed to be better than a black male group.
Yeah,
that's the wrong word. Bigger.
And there's so many. There have been so many that have started, but the drama gets into the mix, the egos, the pride, and then it just never.
That's the whole problem. There shouldn't be no egos. This should be like a starting 5 basketball team. Okay, you and I have a record company. Frank, who are we going to sign? Let's get in the car and go find 5 cool guys who all have the same amount of talent, same amount of beauty, same amount of handsomeness, and make sure they understand this is a starting 5 team and we get ready to go kill it.
Exactly.
Check that ego. Let's be men. We as men, that's a quality we're supposed to have. When we're supposed to be squash that, bro. You cheated. You took my wife from me. Say if I was a basketball team, you took my wife from me. I don't like that, but let's go win this championship. That's the quality a man's supposed to have in themselves, to just squash stupid stuff and go do the job. And you have to commend, I know that, the New Edition has gone over and over again, but it's so great to see them back together doing the business.
Yeah.
More power to you. It's so great to see, in KOTB doing the business. Like I talked to Salt and Pepper and En Vogue on that tour, but I never forget what Salt said to me when I saw her backstage. She said, "Frank, this is one of the best tours I've ever done in my life. There's no drama. It's just amazing." And En Vogue, to see them on that stage, and it was that's how it's supposed to be.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Get all that drama. I understand if somebody steals somebody's husband, but even still, what you gonna do about that?
Exactly.
Husband was a hoe and they were a hoe. Who cares? Okay, get over it.
For me, when I think of these type of subjects, I always think about, of course, the glamorization of the industry, but at the end of the day, it's still a job. And even if you're just a regular person working like,
it makes black families skip in line, bro.
Yeah.
That's the generational wealth is there to be had to share.
Mm-hmm. You don't always like your coworkers, but you gotta show up to work every day and you gotta get it done. So it's the same thing with music and creativity and artists. Like, yeah, we don't have to be besties, but let's make this magic. Let's make something timeless, because that is what's going to last, And
it's such a high too. You ever been on stage? I just did something that's so stupid. I was driving down Melrose the day before Thanksgiving of this year, and I saw a dance class. Okay. I don't know if you've seen the video. It's like, it's kind of embarrassing, but I went into this dance class. That was me being thankful to God for allowing me to still be able to just dance. And I stood in the back the whole time. And for some reason, the teacher was playing Deja Vu of all the songs, right? And I hid back there, and they noticed that it was me. And that man made me come out on that floor by myself to do that combination. I didn't have his combination really good, but I said, okay, I can't be rude, so let me go and do the combination. But it kind of warmed my heart when people saw it, and like dancers I had hired, they said, "Frank, I don't know why did you bring so much joy," but I remember when I was doing it, how much joy I had. Mm-hmm. Okay, even though I was effing up. I wasn't doing the steps right, at 105, I'm 105, I'm a vampire, and it's just the feeling I got from the kids in that class finally saying, "Well, that's Frank Gatson. Wow." And the cheering they did when they realized for me, it just was the most incredible high naturally I've had in a long time, bro. And so I would hope that's what people get on stage when they have rehearsed well. They have gotten a great show together. It's like I was watching the Soul Train Awards last night, because we were just watching shows last night, me and my music director, to kind of get this gala thing ready. And I was watching the Soul Train Awards. Shantae was incredible on that show. I'm so happy she's on my show. And then there was another girl. No, there was a guy that performs on that little stage they let you perform on when you try to get your career on the road. It was the Punch stage. I forget what stage, the Verizon stage. It was one of those stages, but it was some young guy that kind of had isms of Michael, how he moved, you know. I was like, wow, he's incredible. But there was somebody else that was just, the Cypher.
Okay.
The Cypher just had a really great vibe to it. So, you know, the Soul Train Award they had, but Shantae Moore was incredible.
Oh yeah.
Just, you know, she let them know, okay, this is what I do, you know.
Yes.
So I find joy, and I'm very critical. You got to move me. And it's not about singing perfect notes or perfect tone. It's about the honesty. You know, it's the honesty of it.
Yeah.
You know, and that can be wrong sometimes. Honesty can be wrong, but it's right because people love honesty.
Because the heart posture is right. The heart is right. The authenticity is right. So even if there's like mistakes or like, you know, you mess up or miss a line or you miss a step or come in maybe half a second off, it's like the magic of
or fall down.
Yeah.
How about that? You know,
not for me.
I fell into a pit one time. Luckily, I landed on the cover of the piano because I always thought about it. If I would have landed over there by the violins would have stabbed me.
Right.
The bows, you know, and I always remember that. And something just came over me where I danced off that piano and got back on stage some kind of way. I thought I flew back. But that's the heart of show business. That's the stuff that I live for. And these record companies got to sign people who have that gift.
Yeah.
Not a lot of followers. I'm sorry, because the followers are only going to last a minute.
Mm-hmm. And most of the time, followers are just there to like your picture. They don't want to buy into what you're selling.
Yeah, but I understand the label, so that kind of sign people now, and I think even movies do that now, where they go look at how many followers you got before they give you the part. But I don't buy into that. I truly believe if you got somebody magical and talent, that people will follow once they get the exposure.
I know that the time's first minute. I have a couple more questions. I don't know if you.
I promise you, I'm a man of my word.
I have a couple more questions just to kind of appease all of our, you know, viewers in the invokeness of the situation. Well, one, since we're talking about just your impact on the community, I would ask, how would you say your style and approach as a creative director has changed over the years? And can you recall any fumbles that were teachable moments for you?
Wow. Yes. Okay. What I've learned is I have to be, for some reason, when I do something creative, I think everybody just gets the memo, but they don't. They don't just get the memo. It's only in your head, Frank. So I've learned that you really have to be clear. You understand? I've always given examples. It's just like single ladies, for example. You know, we had an example of Bob Fosse's wife doing the Ed Sullivan show, the Breakfast Club, Mexican Breakfast Club. That was the example. But the director, Jake Nava, didn't get that. You know, he just saw, you think dance is going to hold the screen the whole time like that? I said, yes. And, you know, and Beyonce she saw me get passionate with him and she imitated me an hour after I did. That's a funny story one day. So I feel like what I've learned as a creative director, you have to be as clear and concise as you can, you know, and you got to sit the whole team down and get them in your head. Okay. Mm-hmm. And what I've learned too, and you know, Brandy always talks about this now because I told her this, whenever it's right, if you check your ego, you got to check your ego though, because for some reason, everybody wants to come up with the idea. You understand? They want to be the one who created the concept, but I don't care where it comes from. Okay. It can come from, I say this all the time. People are like, he's such a fool. It can come from the devil himself, as long as I ain't got to go to hell. Okay. I mean, that sounds stupid. But that's just so concepts and creativity can come from all places. But this is what I really meant by that statement. If you check your ego and the whole room agrees, that's right. Okay. But you can't have anybody in that room trying to make it be theirs. You got to be like, that's better. I'm sorry. You're right. That's right. Think about it, you know, but some people always wanted to be their concept. But what I've learned by being a creative director, the whole room has to agree. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And then what was the other half of the question? I'm sorry.
Can you recall any fumbles that were teachable moments for you?
I got to answer that question in a strange way. I would say my whole career felt like that when I saw Pink's show in London. Okay. I went to a Pink show in London when I think I was doing the Mrs. Carter tour. And this dancer I had on he invited me to come see the show, Kassan. And I saw that Pink show. I came out there saying, I don't know what I'm doing. So I can't say that I have fumbled my whole career. No, I think I've done some great things. But to answer your question, the way that she set the bar by flying through the air and doing this and just being so everything she was doing epitomized what a great show was. And I just remember that. And I remember it. I said it to myself as I walked out there. I don't know what I'm doing, and that's the way I got to answer that question, because it's not just one moment.
It's sometimes when you stay in your own bubble, you can kind of get complacent and not challenge yourself. But it's always great to see other people's art, because especially when it's excellent and you see the excellency of it, it makes you be like, okay, let me not fall back.
What about creative? It's just really creative.
Yeah.
And that's what, if I'm a creative director or a choreographer, I got to create something special, and that's what I'm trying to do here in Milwaukee, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. It's very interesting, because I'm experienced, and it's really weird working with local people, how, a true person who has someone, and I'm not trying to sound conceited or anything like that, but a true person that has Frank Gatson in the room, they need to listen to Frank Gatson when it's time to do a show. I'm going to just know stuff because of the opportunities that I had. It's kind of like a doctor who it's kind of like a haircut. Let's go with a haircut. There's some barbers that are just really cold. And then there are some that aren't, and there are some people, like, it's like, even like, I don't even like people being high in a show or drunk. It's kind of like, think about it. Like I always tell people, what we do on stage is like a heart surgery. So what you want someone to operate on your heart, high or drunk.
Right.
Okay. So people always like, you tripping. It's all right to smoke weed. No, it ain't. Once again, would you like someone to operate on your heart while you're high? No. It's like stuff like that. I just don't settle for mediocrity. I never have. And that's the kind of thing that's happening in Milwaukee. And everybody's like, wow, why is he doing that like that? Like it's just weird. Why has he got to be in the performing arts center? That's too many seats for a black show. That's why I need everybody's help. Buy a ticket or
buy tickets, donate, share, everything. You have worked with multiple girl groups, over the years. How would you say they have changed now?
Who's they?
The girl groups of the modern era. Like right now you have a group called Flow. You have Blackpink. You have we had Fifth Harmony. Like, so when you see, or even
I worked with Fifth Harmony once.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sorry. Keep going.
But how has that? How would you say their impact is different than how the girl groups of yesteryear? Like, is there like a huge difference maybe in the work ethic, the impact, the approach?
Okay, I got it now. Okay. I just think the thing that's interesting to me about show business period now, and I don't know, like if you ask the question, Frank, what do you think is your gift to this business? And I think my gift is to see. You understand? Like I can see right now that you really are En Vogue fan. You understand? And want to know the truth, no matter if it's good or bad. You still get it. You're not going to turn on them or nothing like that. So I think it's interesting with girl groups today that Denny and Tommy did something really amazing when they made En Vogue. And when you hear the story, it was amazing when they wanted really only 3 girls. And I think Terry was running late or something, had used her rent money to go. the audition, and they were fine with the 3 girls, but somewhere I think she got to audition, and they put her in the blend, and they were like, "It's got to be 4." Okay, they didn't think about money. They didn't think about nothing more than the fact that that 4-part harmony was magical. And I think a lot of people, especially girl groups today, they don't understand magic. You know, magic is like, to me, like it's a lot of people who are coming home for Christmas, and I kind of trip on all the people on my staff that's working with the gala. They trying to have a Christmas. I'm not trying to have a Christmas. Okay. Because I got too much to do for the gala. You understand? But I know they have to do that because of the magical moment that may happen with all the family coming together. It's just something that feels so yummy about it, that grandma's there and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like people forget about the magic. You understand? It's like I got to experience magic with Beyoncé one time. I never told this story either. You're getting a real good exclusive. When she did their Crazy in Love BET Awards, remember that? And one of the dancers I had hired, I wasn't supposed to be out there dancing with Beyoncé. My old ass I put the number together, okay? So I'm not dancing, but Beyoncé did this thing where she laid out. I have a picture over there somewhere. The BET Awards. And she's at the last minute, she says, "Frank, I don't want to put the dancer under the bus who was the dancer who did it." She says, "Frank, so-and-so can't hold me because you know how I get when I perform." Mm-hmm. Every time I rehearsed this with you, you felt like you had me. But so-and-so, I don't feel like he don't understand what I'm going to become, And so I got nervous. I ain't going on this stage. I was managing Tyrese at the time, and Tyrese was like, let me skip ahead. After the performance, Tyrese was like, "Why my manager on stage dancing?" That was a whole other story, but Beyoncé was the boss. And so she wanted me to be the one, take it. So I went and got my little hat on, and I went to the swap meet, got a Pro Club t-shirt. Somebody stole it before I got to put it on. So I got a really greasy t-shirt on underneath. These things you can't make up. Okay. But I was going to be happy to have my new fresh Pro Club on, And so I do this number with her. But if you notice when the number starts, Beyoncé starts way upstage. Mm-hmm. And I'm down on the edge of the B of her name, looking at her, like, "Oh, look at her." I swear to God. Some sparkly shit fell over her before the number started. Okay. Wow. And she kind of remembers it. And now so what was that? It kind of almost remind you of like, what's that Ghost movie when the heavens came at the end? You know what I'm saying? The sparkly stuff fell down. Uh-huh. And I'm seeing it. I'm like, what is that? And the only thing in my common sense, was there some old glitter stuff that was up in the rafters that kind of just came down because of the breeze? Right. Okay, this can't be real, but it was, and I just saw her receive it. And then she went out there and killed that shit. Wow. Okay. That was magic. Yeah. That was the entertainment gods just coming. And then I came and I was in it and I was banging on the floor. My old ass out there trying to dance with this young girl, and it was just an incredible moment for me. And the fact that she trusted me enough. So the girl, I know I went all the way around the world. People are not thinking like that when they put girl groups together, and even girl groups when they put themselves together. They got to remember it's got to be magical. It's got to be like a combination that just fits. That's what Michael Jackson was, that's, I get so mad that people don't understand who Brandy is. It's, do you know who that is? I remember meeting her on I Want to Be Down, and I said, "Okay, sing for me." And she kind of did her little solo thing. And I said, "That's not you. Who are you imitating? You're imitating somebody." And I think she said it was Aaliyah, I think. But then I was able to say to her, "No, you're something different." And that very brand of Brandy is still here today. It's the weirdest thing. Even this little stuff that Todd Sam's made up, that I brought around when I did I Want to Be Down, that was my first gesturography thing that I was associated with.
Me and my friends still do it today. We still do it today.
Right. And it's so interesting. Brandy just did a thing with Stella Rosa, and a guy just asked her to sing, and she wasn't expecting. if you've seen this, it's on her Instagram. He just, he was really bold to do this. I said, why do you do that? It was his song, but he wanted her to sing a part of it, and she sang it. And right away, this sound that she has took his song over it wasn't even 10 seconds. Mm-hmm. You understand? Those things are missed, those little isms and those qualities that no one can ever explain. And that's why En Vogue, once again, to go back to them, they had those things as a foursome, and that's not five, so you can't say a five, but five people, I know it would click again. It would just be, and so I just think that's what's missing, is that magic thing that people don't understand. You can't explain it, but it's got to be.
So you did say 5, which brings me to my final question. Earlier, you did say that you are 100% for an En Vogue reunion with all 5 women.
Not a reunion. Get together and sing till y'all die.
Period. Thanks for clarifying. Now, with that being said, would you creative direct it?
I mean, if they had me, of course I would. I love those girls, all 5 of them. Of course I would, and also I would bring some probably new people in, because you got to share your light. People don't realize when I work with artists, I have about 3 choreographers in the room. It ain't just me. But I would love to. I would love to be part of that. No doubt about it. I would, because I got to be part of it in October, 2-3 years ago. That Sylvia Rowan thing. I'm telling you, I skipped to work every day. I hadn't been that happy in a long time. I have all 5 of those girls. We had fun in there. Well, we had fun. And isn't it ironic? And Terry probably gonna be mad about what I'm getting ready to say, because I love Terry. She's always the politically correct one. But I got to say, it's so amazing to me that when we did that was just Dawn and Max coming to just do something special for Sylvia Rowan, which was really sweet, because Sylvia Rowan put them on the map with a great record deal and stuff. But I didn't realize En Vogue was going to do the Coming America thing the very next day. And that could have been all the girls. That would have been legendary if they would have walked in those dresses together, all 5 of them. And then it would have worked perfect, because then Salt and Pepper could have been right in the right pockets of it. Exactly. I think of stuff like that. You got the 5 girls walking down, Salt and Pepper bookending whoever sent her. That would have been major. But once again, because of just them not being part of it, that's no fault of the En Vogue that did it. It's just that's just, once again, that's business.
Yeah.
And they, En Vogue invited them back for Sylvia, and they did the damn thing. And for whatever reason, I guess it's none of my business, because they never told me why it didn't happen. I thought we were getting ready to go. I thought I was getting ready to be like, wow, this is all cracking. This is all 5. Oh, we're going to do a tour. We're going to let Dawn do her songs. We're going to let Max do her songs. And then they all will come together. We're going to let Rona do a song. And then we're going to do some of Terry music. Come on. That's sharing the light.
Yes. Share the light, sparkle bright.
That's how I saw that tour. We're going to hear Wherever You Are. What's that song I love doing? Envious. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just going to be on. I get to hear Max sing "Give It Up, Turn Loose" again. She kills that shit.
Yes.
I pray every day that they come back together. I do.
That's what we've been praying on every episode of this podcast as well. Fingers still crossed. There's still time.
Yeah. Because they look good.
Exactly. Well, Mr. Gatson, I truly thank you so much for this time. You have given so much knowledge and tidbits and great stories. We are excited to be able to give you a platform to continue to talk about IPOC and the impact you're making in Milwaukee.
Yeah, this has been fun, man. I really enjoyed it. It's been fun. Thank you.
This episode of Part of Us at En Vogue Fancast was researched, written, produced, and edited by Matthew at Culture Inject Productions. The intro and outro music was produced by Wolves and Vincent Tone. We're more than just a podcast. We're a fan community. You can keep up to date on En Vogue and chat with other fans by visiting En Vogue Craze on Facebook. You can also follow us on YouTube and Instagram at En Vogue Craze and Twitter at Part of Us Fancast. Part of Us and En Vogue Fancast is not endorsed by En Vogue, E1 Music, or En Vogue Records, and is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. En Vogue and its names, images, and audio clips are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective copyright holders.